Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2020 Academic Banquet. This presentation is much different than in years past. Unfortunately, we're not able to celebrate together, but it's still our privilege to carry on this honored tradition. We are here to honor our top students from the West Branch class of 2020. It is our privilege to present these outstanding students who have achieved academic excellence and the commitment they have shown to being the best student that they can be. They have dedicated much time and put forth great effort in order to excel in the classroom. I appreciate all of our students and the work that they have shown. I am very proud of all of you. We also take this opportunity to recognize the educators who have made a tremendous impact in the lives of others through their commitment to education and their caring attitude. Each student has chosen an educator that has gone above and beyond in order to make a difference in the lives of others. Before we introduce the students and their honored educators, I would like to recognize a number of individuals who make up the academic banquet and who make this whole evening possible. Beginning with the individuals who are part of the academic banquet committee. They coordinate the entire banquet, and these members include Jill Boyle, Suzanne Denny, Treva Klein, Mona McNeely, Lori Schluter, and Arlene Bruderly. We'd like to take an opportunity to thank the board members, Mickey Kanegi, Aaron Hawk, John Wallace, Karen Rice, Vice President, and Courtney Striefler, President. Our administration, Evelyn Woods, Assistant Principal, and Mr. Tim Saxton, our Superintendent. We thank all of these individuals for their contribution to the academic banquet and for supporting this wonderful event. I would now like to recognize the top students of the West Branch class of 2020 and their chosen educator. I will introduce them and they will share a statement they have prepared for their honored educator. Students and educators will receive their awards at a later time. Our first individual to be recognized this evening is Peyton Alasos. Her parents are Sean and Marty Alasos. Her plans after graduation are to attend the University of Pitt at Johnstown to major in biology. Peyton has achieved the University of Pitt academic and athletic scholarships. During high school, she has participated in many events. Some of them include Academic All-Ohio in Division II basketball. She's been named the EBC Player of the Year in basketball. She's a 4-year EBC Scholar Athlete, a 4-year Letter Award winner in basketball and in softball. She's been named the Elks Teenager of the Month, the WKBN Starting Five, the WYTV Student Athlete of the Week. Her honored educator this evening is Mrs. Kristen Tice, her 10th and 12th grade biology and AP biology teacher.
I chose Mrs. Tice as my honored educator for numerous reasons. She was my biology teacher in 10th grade and is currently my AP biology teacher. She goes above and beyond for her students. Mrs. Tice influenced my decision to major in biology next year in college. She has always made biology class interesting and exciting while teaching us everything we needed to know and more. My favorite memories of Mrs. Tice are not necessarily learning the subject of biology, but all the laughs we shared inside and outside of class. Biology is my favorite class and I look forward to it every school day with Mrs. Tice. Mrs. Tice is also our National Honor Society supervisor and I'm glad she took over this year. As our supervisor, she has been extremely helpful and hardworking. She has been an excellent role model towards me and my peers. I'm grateful to have had Mrs. Tice as a teacher and mentor throughout my high school career.
Alexis Beery, parents Jeff and Robin Beery. Her plans after graduation, she plans to attend Ursuline College where she plans to major in nursing. She has received the athletic academic scholarship from Ursuline College. During high school, she has been named All-Regional in soccer, All-State in soccer, been named the EBC Player of the Year, been on the Honor Roll, Student Athlete of the Week, NBC Scholar Athlete Award, and First Team EBC All-Conference. Her honored educator this evening is Mrs. Davida Wagner, her 12th grade biology anatomy teacher.
Mrs. Wagner was my teacher for biology, anatomy, and bio 127. She's always been there for me if I needed anything and has helped me adjust to college classes. I was very nervous taking my first college class, but Mrs. Wagner was extremely patient and gave me all the tools I needed to succeed in her class. She helped me learn what is best for me in terms of college level learning. The things I learned through her class I will carry with me throughout my college career. As I stated before, Mrs. Wagner was extremely patient, always looking to help me and anyone in her class. On exam days, I would go into her room and she would take the time to answer any questions that I had. Mrs. Wagner was one of the nicest teachers I had the pleasure of being a student to. She made her classroom an extremely comfortable learning environment. Mrs. Wagner was not only a teacher to me and my classmates that had her, but she was also a friend to anyone who needed it.
Bethany Carruthers. Her parents are Brian and Tamara Carruthers. Plans after graduation: Bethany plans to attend the University of Akron to major in accounting. She has received the Guarantee Scholarship, the Underrepresented Student Scholarship, and the Honor Scholarship from Akron University, and also the Donald Hills Scholarship. Activities while in school: she was the Winter Sports Homecoming Queen, Vice President and co-founder of the Chess Club, was part of the Color Guard where she served as captain, cross-country letter winner, Young and Alive, worship team member at the Alliance Friends Church. Her honored educator this evening is Mr. Walt DeShields, her 11th and 12th grade accounting teacher.
Junior year, I walked into Mr. DeShields' room second period, and I found my life's calling. Accounting! Well, I've chosen to pursue accounting because I genuinely love it. Having Mr. DeShields as a teacher really helped give me direction. I had someone other than my mom and dad encouraging me to focus on my future and help me see what I was passionate about. And Mr. DeShields was one of the few high school teachers I've had that I felt really made a special effort to help me focus on what I wanted to do and where I wanted to go. So thank you so much, Mr. DeShields, for taking the time to help me make sure that I understood what I was doing both in your classroom and beyond.
Abigail Davis. Her parents are Edward and Christina Davis. She plans to attend Miami University where she'll major in chemical engineering. She has received the Miami University Merit Scholarship. Activities during high school: she has had perfect attendance since the 3rd grade. The girls soccer EBC champs for 4 years. The 2019 Scholastic Art Awards Gold Key recipient. 2019 girls soccer team 2nd team all district. The 2019 girls track honorable mention. Also Ohio Scholastic Soccer 2020 Scholastic Art Awards where she received honorable mentions. Her honored educator this evening is Mrs. Wendy Lowe, her 10th and 12th grade honors algebra 2 and AP calculus teacher.
I am lucky to have been taught by Mrs. Lowe in 2 classes during my high school career. I took her Honors Algebra 2 class as a sophomore and am currently taking her AP Calculus class. She's the reason I have grown to love the subject of math so much. Through her great teaching abilities and passion for math, she has inspired my choice in career of engineering. Not only has she taught me much of the math that I know and will use later in life, but she is also one of the most caring and considerate teachers I've ever met. This past year, as she taught my class and I the difficult subject of calculus, she never once doubted any of our abilities to succeed in the class. Although she dealt with struggles within her own life, she was always there for us and willing to help no matter what. Mrs. Lowe has truly made a difference in my life, and I'll never forget what she has done for me. Thank you for everything you have taught me throughout high school.
Marina Egley. Her parents, Derek and Bernie Egley. Her plans after high school: Marina plans to attend DePaul University to major in game design. She has received the Presidential Scholarship from DePaul University. Activities during high school: a varsity tennis player, first singles, 3 years. She has worked at Orange Leaf since 2018 and attended the Young Writers Workshop in Massachusetts in the summer of 2018. Her honored educator this evening is Mr. Steve Mounts, her 9th and 10th grade art teacher.
I've chosen Mr. Mounts as my honored educator because I can easily accredit him to my confidence and performance in all of my work. Getting to sit in his classroom and listen to the best rock music while drawing was always easily the highlight of my school day. His pride in all of his students is unmeasurable, and I'm very lucky to have been one of them.
Blaine Flickinger. His parents are Heath and Jeannie Flickinger. After graduation, Blaine plans to attend the University of Akron, where he will major in nursing and then later become a nurse anesthetist. He has received the Akron Guarantee Scholarship. Activities during high school: he was part of the National Honor Society, a 3-year letter winner in football, a 4-year letter winner in track, 2nd team EBC in football, served as a freshman mentor, a 4-year scholar athlete, and a 1-year letter winner in basketball. His honored educator this evening is Mr. DJ Doda, his 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade football coach / sports conditioning teacher.
In one way or another, Coach Doda has been involved in all 4 years of my high school career. From grueling two-a-days to Friday nights to lifting in his sports conditioning class, Coach Doda has pushed me to be the best I can possibly be. Coach Doda makes a great role model because he is a respectful, selfless, and caring man. It was clear to my teammates and myself that he cared more about forming respectful, hardworking, and all-around good young men than if we won or lost. He truly cares about his athletes, and he often told us that his door was always open if we needed anything, even after we graduate. One of his biggest teaching points was that the people you surround yourself with will be who you become. So surround yourself with good influences. I am grateful for the countless hours he spent coaching and teaching me, along with his dedication to shaping respectful young men. I would not be the person I am today, nor would I be as successful as I am if it were not for Coach Doda. Thank you, Coach.
Claire Hedlund. Parents are Steve and Judy Hedlund. Plans after graduation. Claire plans to attend the University of Akron, where she will be majoring in political science. Claire has received the Akron Guarantee Scholarship and the Williams Honor College Scholarship. Activities during high school. She's been part of the National Honor Society, the tennis team, Scholar Athlete Award winner, Village Variety 4-H Club, Color Guard, Chess Club, where she served as president, and also the Dairy Club. Her honored educator this evening is Mrs. Adrienne Lesnet, her 9th grade honors English teacher.
To be completely honest, I can't recall much from my freshman year of high school. It went by in a blur, from these super stressful exams to my first ever homecoming. It went by fast. One person that has always stood out to me, though, is my teacher, Mrs. Lesnet. She was first my honors English teacher, then my mythology, then public speaking, and then debate teacher. Through all of this, Mrs. Lesnet has helped me develop an unwavering strength in my mindset. She's helped me learn how to speak for myself, remind me not to worry so much when I walk into her classroom panicking, and has always supported me. Mrs. Lesnet has helped me find and create a sturdy foundation within myself that I will need and be using throughout the rest of my life. I will always be very thankful for her not only teaching me how to write a good essay, but also having the mindset to do so.
Haley Jones. Her parents are Casey and Tracy Jones. After graduation, Haley plans to attend the University of Mount Union and plans on majoring in business. She has received the Mount Union Presidential Scholarship and the Buckeye Girl State Scholarship. During high school, she has received the West Branch High School Scholastic Award, been a 4-year letterman in soccer, served as a freshman mentor, a 10-year member of the 4-H Club, Buckeye Girl State representative, a 4-year student council member, and a Scholar Athlete Award winner for 4 years. Her honored educator this evening is Mrs. Amy Cannon, her 11th grade Spanish 3 teacher.
Mrs. Cannon is more than a teacher to me. She has influenced who I am as a person. She has taught me to work hard and always do my best. I would describe her as always being happy and cheerful. Every time I walk into her classroom, she always brings a smile to my face. She demonstrates kindness and patience to each and every student. Mrs. Cannon takes time to get to know every student as an individual. I always know I can go to her for anything. She always does what is best for her students to learn. We often played games to study and always allowed us to work with whoever we wanted. She works hard to figure out what is best for each student in her class. I'm very lucky to have had a teacher like Mrs. Cannon in my life. Thank you, Mrs. Cannon.
Sydney McQuilkin. Her parents are Scott and Vianne McQuilkin. Plans after graduation. Sydney plans to attend the University of Mount Union to major in biology / career in the medical field. She has received the Trustee Scholarship, the Legacy Award, and the Academy Scholarship from Mount Union. Activities during high school, she's part of the National Honor Society, part of the soccer team, the track team, the Knitting and Crochet Club. She's been named an EBC Scholar Athlete Award winner and the Ohio Scholastic Soccer Coaches Association Academic Excellence Award. Her honored educator this evening is Mrs. Senora Polinori, her 9th, 11th, and 12th grade Spanish 1, 3, and 4 teacher.
When I first entered Senora Polinori's Spanish 1 class, I was nervous but super excited to learn a new language. At the time, I had no idea how big of an impact she and her class would have on me. It is not easy to learn an entirely new language, but Senora always had a way to make it easy and fun for me. I was lucky enough to be in her only Spanish 3 class last year, and I'm currently in her Spanish 4 class. Her teaching style and dedication to her job are what makes her a phenomenal teacher. Apart from her teaching, I see her as a great role model for me and other students. I know that I can go to her for anything and she will be there to support and guide me every time. I'm always excited to go to her class because of the fun activities and games we play, and she always knows how to put a smile on my face, even after a tough day at school. Thank you, Senora, for giving me 3 wonderful years of Spanish with many amazing lifelong memories.
Jameson Robb. Her parents are Scott and Tara Robb. After graduation, Jameson will be attending Liberty University, where she plans on majoring in exercise science to become a physical therapist. She has received the Liberty University Athletic Scholarship for women's swimming and diving, and also the Liberty University Academic Scholarship. Activities during high school, she is the 2-time state swimming champion and record holder. Part of the USA Swimming All-American Team, the USA Swimming Academic All-American Team, the female performance of the 2020 State Swim Meet, Elks Teenager of the Month, National Honor Society member, and co-editor of the yearbook staff. Her honored educator this evening is Mrs. Tara Robb, her 11th grade chemistry teacher, and also her mom.
Okay. According to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, the definition of an educator is one skilled in teaching. There's no question that is the definition of Mrs. Robb. My mom has not only been my educator in the classroom, but she has also been my educator in life. She's taught me how to do mold calculations and how to be respectful to others around me. She has taught me how to write chemical formulas and to always do everything to the best of my ability. From the day I was born, my mom has shown me what it means to be a hard worker. There is no doubt in my mind that I would not be the person I am today without her. Thank you, Mom, for teaching me the necessary skills in life to be successful and for the endless love and support. I would not be here today if it wasn't for you. Also, thanks for showing us some pretty cool experiments.
Carly Scarpetti. Her parents, John and Kathy Scarpetti. After graduation, Carly plans to attend the University of Dayton, where she'll be majoring in the business field. She has received the Merit Scholarship from the University of Dayton and the Merit Scholarship from Xavier University. Activities during high school, she's been part of the National Honor Society, where she served as vice president. She's captain of the girls basketball team. She maintains a 4.0 grade point average. Part of the NBC Scholar Athlete, where she's won 4 awards for 4 years. She was chosen to attend HOBE, which is an Ohio leadership camp. She's a member of the youth group at St. Joe's Catholic Church and the Alliance Review Athlete of the Week. Her honored educator this evening is Mrs. Penny DeShields, her 8th grade language arts teacher and also her coach.
Day 1 of my 8th grade school year was when Mrs. DeShields first started to become a huge part of my life. That year, she served as my 8th grade English language arts teacher. Sitting in her class was the first time she and I really began to get to know each other. English was never a very enjoyable class for me, but her ways of teaching made it fun and engaging. The following year in high school, she was my volleyball coach in the fall and became my basketball coach the very next season. She began to not only be my teacher inside the classroom, but also outside the classroom as well. Spending 4 years with her as my assistant coach has definitely put us through many experiences that have been very impactful for me. Many of these times we shared were filled with laughter and fun, and many others were filled with emotions and helpful lessons. She has become a person that I look up to as a role model and also who I know I can look to for guidance. I am beyond thankful that she has become such a big part of my life.
Nick Scarpetti. Parents, John and Kathy Scarpetti. Nick plans to attend either Purdue University or Dayton University, where he'll be majoring in aerospace engineering. He has received the merit scholarships at both universities. Activities during high school, he was part of the National Honor Society, where he served as president. He was captain of the boys basketball team. He maintains a 4.0 grade point average. He was a junior and senior class officer, a freshman mentor his junior and senior year, and a member of youth group at St. Joe's Catholic Church. And he also volunteers at youth day camps at the Salem Community Center. His honored educator is Mr. Michael Brown, his 8th, 9th, and 12th grade science teacher / basketball coach.
I was fortunate to have Mr. Brown as my 8th grade science teacher. Some of my best middle school memories took place in his classroom. Mr. Brown was able to make middle school fun and entertaining by keeping his classes involved in labs and other fun activities. The main reason his class was so fun, however, was because he was relatable. I also remember spending a lot of time with him on our class trip to Washington, D.C. Although he was on a trip with over 150 middle school kids, I'm willing to bet that he didn't have as fond memories about our time together as I do. I also had the privilege to have him as my basketball coach for my freshman and senior year. Our success on the court this year can surely be attributed to our hard work as a team, but also the atmosphere of teamwork and positivity that Coach Brown created in our locker room upon getting the head coaching job. He is not only an unbelievable coach, but he is an even better role model. I consider him a great friend. For a large part of this basketball season, I was recovering from a knee injury. I set my goal date for when I wanted to return to play way earlier than most ACL recovery timetables, which to most people seemed impossible. Coach Brown supported me through this process every step of the way, and he believed in me and the goal that I had set for myself, despite what others thought. He has impacted my life in so many positive ways, and I will forever be grateful for our relationship. Thank you for everything you have done for me, Coach. I appreciate it more than words can describe.
TJ Stevens, parents Ted and Annette Stevens. Plans after graduation, TJ plans to attend Kent State University and major in computer science and/or electrical engineering. TJ has received the Academic Achievement Scholarship and the Honors Award from Kent State University. Activities during high school, been part of the Academic Challenge team, that got first team All-County, a 4-year member of the golf team, part of the National Technical Honor Society, team captain for the MCC-TC esports team, where they were state runner-ups, the BPA Award, which is the Business Professionals of America State Qualifier Award, and also was a paid intern for the MCC-TC IT department. His honored educator this evening is Mr. Daniel Hall, his 8th grade algebra teacher.
My choice for honored educator was Mr. Hall. I chose him because he was one of the only teachers that really was hands-off and kind of encouraged me to go and find my own path. One example is I think we had like these STAR tests or whatever that were kind of like these adaptive placement tests. And when we were going through them, I like noticed something about how logarithms were like coming up in these problems. And I was like, how does this even work? And you know, Mr. Hall was a teacher who was kind of like, maybe you should figure that out. And I was like, whoa. And then I did. It's like one of the only times that I've really like had to like critically think and be like, wow, how does this even work? And that's not really an experience I've had in any other class except for Mr. Hall's. So thanks. I'll never forget it. Yeah, it's 4 years later, still thinking about it, so you did good.
Landon Steidel, parents Jerry and Tracy Steidel. Plans after graduation, Landon will attend the University of Miami, where she'll be majoring in geology. Landon has received the Red Hawk Excellence Scholarship from Miami University. Activities during high school, she's part of the National Honor Society, a member of the Art Club, the band, the Academic Challenge team, Mount Union Concert Band, Young Women with Bright Futures nominee, the Art Club, and the Elks Teenager of the Month for the month of December. Her honored educator this evening is Mr. Ethan Blatch, her 8th grade social studies teacher.
I don't remember talking that much in 7th grade social studies when he was our student teacher, but my 8th grade year, I found myself talking with Mr. Blatch every time I had his class. He paid attention to what I had to say and noticed that I loved to read and write. So on an unused bookshelf, he got a few novels that I could take and read. I was also on the Power of the Pen team in middle school, so before the after-school practices, he would give me a pen and say, "It's called Power of the Pen, you can't take a pencil." He always supported and pushed me to pursue what made me happy. At the end of the year, he held an award show during class called the Blatchies, where he recognized students for their work in the classroom and gave some a Blatchie trophy. I still have my Blatchie on my bookshelf. Throughout high school, I would look at that trophy and be reminded that even when it's tough, I always have my passions to fall back on. So thank you, Mr. Blatch, for supporting me and pushing me to do what I love.
Erin Todd, mother Michelle Todd. Plans after graduation, Erin plans are undecided at this time. He will possibly be joining the military force, particularly the Air Force. Activities during high school, he was an Eagle Scouts, Order of the Arrow, Student Council member, went to England and France with People to People scouting trip to Yellowstone this past summer, and also maintains a 3.9 GPA. Honored educator is Mr. Walter Baber, 11th and 12th grade engineering teacher.
So I first joined the engineering lab at MCCTC to see if engineering is what I wanted to dedicate my life to, and if not, how am I wasting my money in college for it. I've enjoyed my time there largely due to the instructor and the class size. We never really had more than 12 students at a time, which made it pretty easy to personalize the experience compared to most other subjects. I chose Mr. Baber as my honored educator due to his continued support and his great sense of humor. Some of the college level material we do isn't exactly the most fun or easy, but he helped the class through it. I've been in his class for 2 hours every day the past couple school years. Just wanted to say thanks for making it a very enjoyable experience, and most certainly one to remember.
Danon Withrick. Parents are Kurt and Sharon Withrick. Plans after high school, Danon plans to attend a college or university, but is undecided at this time. He plans on majoring in computer engineering. Danon has received a merit scholarship from The Ohio State University, North Carolina State University, and also Akron University. Activities during high school, he was our warrior chief. He is graduating magna cum laude with honors. He maintains a 3.98 grade point average. He is a pep club member, works at Flying Bee Golf Course, was named Elks Teenager of the Month for the month of October, and he participates in AP, CCP, and honors classes. Honored educator is Mr. Dion Frankett, his 12th grade physics teacher.
Dr. Dion is my honored educator due to his love for educating and helping others. Throughout the whole year, Dr. Dion was never afraid to offer his time to help one-on-one with students after class. If you didn't understand something, you could always count on him to help without hesitation. Having gone through the process of college and grad school, he was happy to pass his wisdom on to those who wished to acquire it. As he had said, he wanted all of us to succeed and learn from his own mistakes he had made. I have never met a man so unselfish, kind, caring, intelligent, and down-to-earth as Dr. Dion. Thank you for your endless help and support.
We are living in a time of confusion, fear, and uncertainty. Unemployment, losing money, and diminishing returns on investment are all commonplace. A wise man by the name of Benjamin Franklin shared his thoughts a long time ago on investments. His words still apply today. He said, "An investment in knowledge pays the best interest." Again, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. During these times, people can take away many things, but they cannot take away your knowledge. Keep working hard and gaining knowledge throughout the rest of your lives. I wish each and every one of you much success in the future. We congratulate the students for their hard work in receiving this top education honor. We congratulate the honored educators and their families for the support and commitment they have shown towards education. We appreciate all the administrators, board members, committee members, and donors for their support over the past 30 years of the Academic Banquet program. Thank you for participating in this virtual 2020 Academic Banquet, and we hope that you enjoyed this program. Have a wonderful evening and stay safe.